Today's episode is brought to you by Delulu Water. Why drink water when you can have Delulu Water? Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Now, I don't know how long I'm gonna be back after this one. You saw the thumbnail. You see this lovely person who's up on my screen right now, or our screens for that matter. We're gonna go through and we're gonna review this. Pure delusion. Now, I am by no means red pill, blue pill, black pill, or any pill. I'm just the average guy, the regular guy. You see what I'm saying? I am not rich or am I poor. I do well. But at the end of the day, I think we have a voice too. So let's get into it. Please don't cancel me. Let's go.
I expect a man to pay for the date. Yes, the whole entire date. That includes my Uber to the date and my Uber back to my house. If you are a man that I'm interested in, I want to see that you can provide for me. I want to see that you can afford an Uber ride. I want to see that you can afford a nice dinner date. Like, can you afford basic things? Because if you can't afford dinner and an Uber, my transportation, you certainly can't afford kids. You certainly can't afford a house. You certainly can't afford my bills. And I got bills to pay. Okay?
Okay. You heard what she said, right? She got bills to pay. Now, I saw some of the comment sections. I was reading the comment section, and I'm not the type of person. I'm not gonna come from an angle of making fun of how she looks or none of that. That is not who I am. You know what I mean? There are guys dating her, obviously. For her to speak like this, there obviously are a demographic of guys who are talking to her, who are making her feel like this, who are emboldening her to say this, right? But I personally believe that in a relationship, especially in the dawn of a relationship, right? If you're going to offer a woman to go out, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what? Pause. I'll put it like this. If you both go out, if the woman doesn't offer to pay, she wasn't raised right. If you don't pay as a man, you weren't raised right. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's this. I think right now, all we're on is, I'm more important. I'm more important when we're two sides to the same coin. Value on both ends. Now, some people will say, who asked who out should pay for the date. Some people will say, hey, as a man, you should pay for the date. I just don't think it should be expected. I think two people should have a conversation and speak on at the beginning of that relationship. These are my expectations. But this right here, where it's just pure delulu, where you have to expect it, you know what I mean? Coming off pretty much pompous, in my opinion. But let's move right along.
A woman who I wasn't familiar with, her name is Samantha Lee, went on a podcast that I'm not familiar with called the Hardly Initiated Podcast. And she was talking about her 3-year marriage to an R&B singer who I used to listen to very much when I was growing up, named Tyrese Gibson. So they were only married for 3 years, and then their marriage fell apart. And then they spent the next 2 years getting divorced. Apparently it was an ugly situation. Now she's reflecting on that, and she has a little bit of regret. Take a listen.
If I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Women specifically, there will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. You don't have a certain person in your life to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're upset in those moments.
Here we go. Listen, I never understand for the life of me why do people always like to incorporate the outside world into their relationship, especially ladies. Why do you go to the friend that never had a good relationship? that never experienced a good man, a good partner, whatever you want to look at it as. Why do you go to those people for advice when all they can tell you is how their relationship didn't work? And the funny thing, is I would say that if I looked at a person that said, damn, everything that you've done in your relationship, I would not do. Why would I go to you for advice? That makes no sense. And then here we go. The elephant in the room, we're going to address that, is the fact that she has no accountability for the fact that she's a grown woman and she listened to her friends when she should have listened to herself and worked on her marriage with her and her husband. This is the thing that kills me. Nobody wants to put work in. Everybody wants to have these microwave relationships where you warm it up, hot, ready, but when you leave it open, it becomes tough, rubbery, unsavory, nasty. I mean, microwave dinners are nasty to begin with, but you follow me. Let's continue.
Those moments, you need somebody to be the person for that person.
We speak about really what happens if you follow liberal ideologies, right? If you buy into feminism when you're young and it carries on for too long. And what she's talking about, I know exactly what climate she's speaking of. It is women when they get toxic and they are with one another and they think that their life is going to live forever, that they need to aspire to be by themselves, climb, the career ladder, that the aspiration shouldn't be family. It should be being bad all by yourself. You got it. You got money in the bank. You don't need no man. And these are the sorts of women that were in her tribe. I'm going to guess largely liberal women who were listening to the liberal messaging that's coming from the mainstream media. So rather than her working on her marriage, 3 years, she should be in the honeymoon phase. She was listening to her girlfriends who are making her feel empowered. She's in her 20s and basically telling her, you don't need a man. And of course, the difference between your life and your prospects from your 20s as a young woman than when you turn the chapter and go into your 30s, it's dramatic. The differences are quite dramatic. And I try to explain this to the young women that listen to me. I get it. I was in my 20s too. You feel like every day is so long, you're going to be young forever and you don't have to focus on those sorts of things. But 30 will smack you in the face. It's a different ball game, totally different ball game. And, there's this call to settle down and to have a family. And now that she's in her early 30s, she's recognizing that she achieved that and then turned it down. Now, Tyrese Gibson saw this clip making the rounds and he responded to it. Take a listen to what he had to say.
And you packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless.
So obviously you can sense a little bit of animosity there. He certainly hasn't.
Wow. A little bit of animosity? That's a lot of animosity. And rightly so, right? You see, I don't think a lot of ladies realize what they do, Now, I'm not here to cast judgment on anybody's relationship, But short of, if you're being abused, run, right? If he's cheating on you, yeah, go. You see what I'm saying? And even that has, listen, relationships have worked off of less. You see what I'm saying? Right? I'm not advocating cheating, but relationships have worked off of less. You see what I'm saying? But if you are getting, you know what, you run because nobody should be subjected to that. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, work on your relationships, people. Work on your relationships, people. What's wrong with you? Because at the end of the day, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the next person, the next guy, start all over again, only to find out that guess what? He doesn't have 100% of everything that you want. And guess what, too? Neither do you. The grass is rarely greener on the other side. And if it is, trust me, I guarantee you're going to step in some dog shit. All that glitters is not gold, people. Let's continue. By the way, I kind of like Candace Owens, though, you know. You know what I mean? Trust me, she's been on a lot of ladies' necks as of late. Let's go.
Hasn't forgiven her, who would if that's really what happened. He goes on to talk about how they were not in an abusive relationship. There was nothing there that would make her want to pack up everything and put a COVID mask on a camera and leave with his 1-year-old child, other than the fact that she had women in her ear, other than the fact that she was likely poisoned by culture to believe that this was her moment. This was her Beyonce music video moment, and she was going to show how she could do bad all by herself. You know, there's a lesson there. There really is. And it's one that I talk about all the time, that I speak about all the time, rather, when I speak to young women on these college campuses. Pay attention to these cultural examples. Pay attention to the women that make you feel empowered when you're listening to their music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Taylor Swift, everybody loves Taylor Swift except for me. Beyonce, everybody loves Beyonce. And then actually focus on their lives and see whether or not their music is reflecting their lives. And if it is reflecting their lives, is it reflecting their lives in a positive manner, right? When you look at them, do you actually believe that these individuals are happy and whether they're whole? I understand that they're wealthy, right? I understand that you can earn a lot of money because young women like to hear these sorts of tunes. But if it's conditioning you to believe that freedom is somehow going to render you happier, you are going to be sorely mistaken as you get older, right? Because actually it's discipline that renders you freer, right? It's doing the same thing day in and day out, putting the work where you are, watering the grass where you stand, that is going to make you happier in the future.
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months, you are paying my bills.
Damn.
And if you're not, bye-bye.
Oh, I can hear the hearts just breaking from here.
There's 7 billion people in the world. If you can't do it, somebody else will. So I have no shame. I'm kind of sort of trying to find somebody to bring me food every once in a while. Like, talking to a guy and I said, yeah, after 3 months, pay my bills. And he said, no.
That's not surprising at all, because it sounds like that man actually has some self-respect.
Like, a guy knows, like, oh, if I really like her and she's not crazy, yeah, I would pay her bills. Maybe I threw it out there too soon.
Maybe you just shouldn't have thrown it out there at all.
Men don't understand the investment and the benefit and how we're trying to make sure that we're not getting played. I can't help you, men. Don't talk to us. You're not the one. We're not talking about.
So let me get this straight. Money is what makes you feel like a man's invested in you. Money is what makes you feel like that person won't use you, abuse you, and that's what money does, right? This is why a lot of people end up in a lot of the situations they end up in because of money. You know what I mean? Again, I go back to what I said in the beginning. Most men, if not all men, subscribe. I'll go back to most men. Subscribe to, you know what? If you're my lady, I'll cover what I need to cover for my family. You see what I'm saying? Because you now are a part of my family. You know what I mean? But 3 months? I need to start. 3 months? Come on, man. So what you're saying is that a man should invest in you and pay everything for you in 3 months' time, right? Your bills and everything for you to go, you know what? I don't think it's working out. I don't think it's working out. There's that Delulu Water again that I've been talking about. Man, look out for it, man. Delulu Water. They're all drinking it. Let's go.
Talking to brokies.
Fortunately, not all women think like this.
Thank
but
God.
Unfortunately, it is the ones that do that tend to speak the loudest,
Mm-hmm.
and are the main reason that a lot of men are choosing to remain happily single.
Yep. What she said. Again, there's a saying that goes, the emptiest barrels makes the most noise. And the thing is, I don't think it's like every woman, because there are a lot of good women out here who do not think like this. You see what I'm saying? A lot of solid women who do not think like this. You know what I mean? But as the world would have it, just like everything else, the negativity, the toxicity, the delusion, right, is what always seeps to the surface for some reason. It's what always gets pushed to the top, right? Usually it'll be cream rises to the top, not filth, right? And by no means are any of these ladies filth, but their minds are ugly. Let's continue.
A man dumped his girlfriend after she expected him to pay for her entire birthday dinner with all of her friends. He posted to Reddit explaining that he'd booked a table at a nice restaurant to celebrate his girlfriend's 24th birthday with some of
Yo, this man said, listen, that is complete violation of our agreement. I'm paying for your whole friends, Becky, Mindy, Cindy, Kathy, Judy. I'm not paying for any of them. I came to pay for you. It's your birthday. It's not their birthday. It's your birthday. You know what? Happy birthday. We're done. Yo, this man is a savage. Let's go.
some of her friends. He admitted to making quite a bit more money than his girlfriend covering the rent and utilities for their apartment. While at the restaurant, he noticed that his girlfriend and her friends were ordering some of the most expensive things on the menu. But he didn't think too much about it, figuring he would cover the cost of his and his girlfriend's meals while her friends paid for themselves.
Rightly
At the end
so.
of the meal, the waiter asked him if he would like to split the bill, and he said yes. The bill came out to a total of $1,185. The faces of his girlfriend's friends dropped as soon as they realized they'd have to pay for their own meals. His girlfriend then gave him the silent treatment for a full week after her birthday. He assumed that him not paying might be the reason, but he refused to believe she would be that shallow. She did eventually tell him that he had embarrassed her by not paying for everyone. Because he was the man and because he organized the event, he was obliged to pay. But if his girlfriend expected him to pay for everyone, she should have made that clear beforehand.
So let me get this straight. Homeboy pays for the utilities, right? Again, live in the home with your partner. Yeah, you cover portions of the bill. You cover bills, you know what I mean? It's an adult thing to do. It's not male or female. It's an adult thing to do. You see what I'm saying? You pay bills. I don't want to live in the dark. I don't want to shower in cold water. You see what I'm saying? We pay bills. You see what I'm saying? But so he pays all the bills essentially. And you went out with your homegirls to an expensive restaurant, probably, right? And your homegirls just frivolously ordered the most expensive shit on the menu with no intention of paying. And you have the nerve to be mad at the guy, your man. That bill was almost $2,000. It was like, what, $1,500, if I'm not mistaken? And he had to cover that all by himself. And if he didn't cover that, that just means that he's cheap. He doesn't have it. Isn't the whole point of relationship is to grow wealth together? Or is it just me? You know what? Probably just me. Let me continue.
He confronted her again about it. She told him that he needed to transfer the money that her friends had paid for their food, and then she would resume speaking to him. He broke up with her then and there. Just because one partner may earn more or traditionally take on certain roles, it doesn't mean they should automatically bear the financial burden of social events. Instead of assuming, financial expectations should always be discussed and mutually agreed upon. What do you think? Should the boyfriend have paid for the entire birthday meal?
I don't think the boyfriend should have paid for no damn entire birthday meal. You know what I mean? You came to bring your woman out, your partner out, your woman, right? You're supposed to give her a night on the town, make sure the night is great, pay for everything, and that's fine. That's your baby. That's your boo. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us don't mind doing that. That's your baby. But why am I paying for your friends though? Why is any guy obligated to pay for all the friends? Why are your friends coming out? You know, there's a saying that that a lot of ladies know from Yard, from back in Jamaica. I don't know if it's still a thing now because the whole world is 21st century, right? But you don't go anywhere without having your own contingency plan, your own escape money, your own pockets. You see what I'm saying? And then if the night works out that it's paid for you, c'est la vie, everything is okay, right? But you're going to tell me that you're going to leave your house as an adult with no money in your pockets. And then you, as my lady, is going to come to me and be like, I'm not talking to you until you send all my friends back their money. What have you told your friends about me? That's what I would be asking. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he does well for himself, right? Because he took her to this rest. I don't know. I don't know the guy, so I can't say he does well for himself. But you get where I'm coming from, right? You get where I'm coming from, right? How do you come out of your damn house with no money in your pocket? And how do you say you love your man, you love your partner, you are about your family resources, generational wealth, right? You're building that. And you're siphoning it off for your friends that you may not have 10 years from now? Make it make sense because you are having Delulu Water. Just saying. Let's continue.
Like, you really just should have paid for all our food. For one, I'm not paying for everybody's food. It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18. Why don't you gotta pay for all y'all food, though? You brought 18 friends. I'm finna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me?
Damn.
Okay, Basadi, let's talk about this. I honestly think some women in this world really think men are just born into existence and the universe just sends them money just because of they are a man. But anyway, a man invited his girlfriend to an exotic restaurant to celebrate birthday for her. And she came with 18 other girlfriends.
18 other girlfriends. And they all said, like, the funny thing is, the worst part about this, is that out of the 18 ladies that you brought, none of them offered to pay for their share. What does that say about your friends? They say birds of a feather flock together, no? Right? 18 of your friends. And none of them could say, hey, you know what, sis? It's your birthday. Let me pay for you. It's your birthday. Let me alleviate some of the pressure that this day will bring. Because you know what? I love you, sis. And this man here, he loves you too. And he probably have a night planned for you. And I don't want to take away from that. Instead, you embarrass them in front of your friends. Lord knows what you do behind closed doors to this man. And again, this also says a lot about, right? This man, his choices. Come on. 18? Not even like it's 3. You know what? I'll even say this. You go out and it's 3 of your friends, or whatever the case is, 3, 4 of your friends, and fine. You could even say, okay. You know what I mean? And even then, you should have a conversation with your partner way before. You should say to your man, listen, I'm going to bring my 3 friends out, Can you pay? Are we in a position that you can pay for that, babe? What's so hard about that? And then for your friends, I love my girl. It's her birthday. Why is she paying for me? Why is her man? Because she's still paying because it's coming from his pocket. So if you go from the notion that it's like, yeah, your money is my money and my money is my money, then why are you using your money to pay for your friends' meals? Delulu Water.
All right, so let me get this straight. You invited me out to come to eat, and that was not even my idea. That was your idea. Right?
Okay, and the problem is?
And I'm offering to pay half, but you want me to pay the whole thing?
I'm the woman. I shouldn't have to pay anything. Yeah, I invited you out because I wanted to go out. That doesn't mean I have to pay.
No, this was your idea. Actually, I don't even have to be a gentleman to pay half of it.
Because you're going to pay it all.
Oh.
But this was your idea to come out. You're the one that invited me out.
And you're the man, so you have to pay the bill.
Says who?
Says me. What do you mean?
In what book is that written in?
It doesn't have to be written. That's just a rule.
This is my card right here. I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to pay half of the bill. How much is it? Hold on.
You pay the whole bill or you sleep on the
300
couch.
300.
Oh, shit.
You pay the whole bill or you sleep on the couch.
Are you hearing this? So, she wanted them to go out, right? he's willing to pay half the bill because you wanted to go out. But here comes that Delulu water again that a lot of people seem to be drinking. It is the water of the 21st century. Because you are the man, you're going to pay for the whole thing or you're going to sleep on the couch. That sounds like some weaponized you know what. If you don't pay the whole bill, you're not going to get any nookie. Sounds quite transactional, doesn't it? Okay. I mean, if this is his wife, right? Then yeah, fine. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't pay for the whole bill, you're sleeping on the couch. Let's continue. You know what? Let's get more dialogue into this.
I ain't even trying to go to your house. I'm trying to go home.
Oh,
how about that?
Why didn't take your motherfucking ass home though? But you're still paying this damn bill.
God damn.
$320, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm gonna pay half of it. And you telling me to pay the whole thing?
Yeah.
When it was your idea to take me out?
Yeah.
Because of what again?
Because you're the man and you're responsible for the bill.
I'm about to take my goddamn card back in my wallet because it's some bullshit right there.
I guess
See,
your ass is gonna be
this is
washing
why I'm
dishes.
trying to tell motherfuckers, man.
I guess you're
They
gonna
don't
be
listen.
washing dishes then. Because I'm leaving.
Who washing dishes?
Oh, shit.
Where? Shit. You're the one that was ordering all this shit. See all this shit over here? You're the one that was ordering all that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's your problem, not mine. And I'm still trying to offer. I'm gonna pay half of it. Are you gonna pay half?
No. I ain't paying nothing. Excuse me. Time to go.
Time to go.
So, doesn't seem like he's his wife, or she's his wife, or his woman. She wanted to go out. You know, the thing is, a lot of guys don't get this. Some women will invite you out just because they're hungry. You see what I'm saying? That's diabolical, but they'll do it. A lot of ladies will do it. Will invite you out simply because they're hungry. And as you can see, as he said, ordered everything that's expensive on the menu with no intention of paying. Why? Why put yourself in that and then have the nerve to say, hey, I guess you're going to be washing dishes then because I'm leaving. God damn. That's some super villain shit.
Where? I'm putting my car in my back in my wallet. What the fuck?
Well, but I guess they're gonna call the police.
Call the police on who?
On you.
It was your idea. You the one that.
Damn.
You got proof for that?
You see all these fucking plates?
You got proof for that?
Fuck out of here. Nigga. I don't even know what the fuck. Yo, see, this is the bullshit I'm always talking about. Women think because you're the man, you gotta pay for it. But they wanna be independent black women, right? You're independent, why don't you pay for the shit?
Don't come for me.
Yeah, she's paying for it.
Okay.
She's paying. You're making
She's
her
definitely
pay
paying for the whole thing.
You're making her pay?
Yep. She is.
Doesn't seem right.
What do you mean it's not right?
Doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right.
And there's that echo chamber I was talking about. There's the waiter came and was like, hey, you're going to make her pay for it? That's not right. But if the roles were reversed, right? And she's like, he's paying for it. He's paying for it all. She's going to go, you go, girl. No? You get it, queen. When have men became the proverbial ATM and doormats that women can wipe their feet on and extract money? Now, again, I say this and I'll say this fully. There are a lot of good, solid women who, for whatever reason, are also single, right? There are also good, solid women out here who, I call them kingmakers. They know how to build a man up. You see what I'm saying? And I don't mean build a man up financially, giving him money and stuff like that, but for the fact of, You see a man that has ambition. There's the key word today, ladies and gentlemen, ambition. And you see him putting in work into that ambition. Isn't it your duty as his partner, as his woman, as his life mate, to ensure that he gets to the pinnacle of what that is? Wouldn't it be the same thing on the other way around? Isn't that what you're expecting? See, this is the thing I'm talking about, man. There is this huge discrepancy between male, female, man, woman. You know what I mean? There's this huge discrepancy in relationship. You know what I mean? And it's normalized. It's normalized to the point that, you know what I mean? It's publicized. Look at it. Look, you don't have to turn on TikTok, on YouTube, on anywhere to see this shit. You know, again, I'm just a regular guy. I'm not red pill, blue pill, black pill, green pill, no pill. You see what I'm saying? But this is the real world. This is the real world that we're living in. Ladies, let me ask you a question. Comment in the comment section, because I know you're probably going to be eviscerating me in it anyway. But you know what? Don't care. What does it profit you when you enter a relationship to completely suck that person that you say you love dry of all resources, to use it up, only to leave to go to the next person and the next person? You know? And guys, there are a lot of good women out here that, again, I use the word kingmaker, you know, that will see you and sometime invest in you, not always with money, but with time and affection. I'm sorry, they're rebuilding my fence in the back there, so, you know, you may hear a little bit of noise, but, you know, I think there are two sides to one quarter. Both have different views, but we're both important. Man, woman, you can't have one without the other. No matter what this new age world wants to say, you cannot have one without the other. Feminism, y'all can come for me if you want to. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. You could go as deep as artificial insemination, whatever you want to go into. You still need the essence of a man, right? To put it with your essence of a woman to make a child. Everything in life is 50-50, people. Hey, what's going on? I hope y'all enjoyed the reaction video, man. Comment in the comment section. Let's get this dialogue going, man. We need all parties to the table on this one. Let's have a conversation, you know? And let's have one where we're not shitting on each other. You see what I'm saying? In the absence of speech, right? In the absence of sound mind, in the absence of logic, there will only be chaos. You know, the only thing necessary for evil to prevail is when good men do nothing or good women do nothing. So at the end of the day, I still think that, you know, there are a lot of women right now like Roma Army, shout out to Roma Army, you know, who are out here advocating for men. Melanie King, another one, shout out to Melanie King. You see what I'm saying? You know, and now they're like public enemy number one by the sisterhood. You know, one of my friends said to me, not every woman subscribes to what is publicized out there. And I agree. I totally agree. You know? But the problem is, as I said, the filth, the nasty, the degraded, you know, you know what I mean? That's what rises to the top. And again, by no means are the people who are exhibiting these behaviors are, well, some of them you could, you see what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here. Remember what I said. The first three people that subscribe, like, comment, subscribed in the comment section, I will send one of these bad boys. And if you're one of those who drink a lot of Delulu Water, welcome. You're going to enjoy it here. Or it might not. I am neither red pill, blue pill, or black pill, as I said. I'm just a regular guy. Like and subscribe.
I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Pull up that song there, mad in a dog.